Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Good Trouble. I think we have a lot of people on today that have gotten into some type of good trouble at some point in time. So I will move out the way. You guys know who I am. I am Demetrius Dew. I'm the coordinator of experiential learning, and this podcast has been created to bring information to you that is educational, engaging, and thought provoking. So we have Miss Christina Donovan back with us again. We have Miss Samaya Levine, and we have Mr. Dr. Richie. So if we can please introduce ourselves. Christina, we'll start with you. Samaya, we'll start with you. Then after Christina, and then Dr. Richie. Christina?
Hey everybody, I'm Christina Donovan, an alum of Voorhees College, and I played on the Honda Campus All Star Challenge team from 2018 to 2019.
Hi, my name is Samaya Levine. I'm a freshman at Voorhees College, and this is my first year on the Honda Campus All-Star team.
Dr. Richie, you're on mute.
On mute. Can you hear me now?
Yep, you're good.
There we go. Sorry about that. I'm Dr. Richie. I teach history at Voorhees, and I'm one of the coaches on the HCAS team this year.
All right, so guys, we have a great conversation in store. You guys have been a part of the Honda Campus All-Star team, All-Star Challenge team. I'm sorry, I'm missing a word, and along with myself. So please, as we're going to jump right into it, Christina, let's go back to you when you were at Voorhees. Let's talk about some of your challenging moments. What was the most challenging thing when it came to being a team member on the Honda Campus All-Star Challenge team? Did you have any challenging times as far as studying? People maybe thought it was too hard. What were some of the challenging things for you?
So one thing was when I was on the team, we were just revamping. It was like 10 years that the team hasn't been represented from Voorhees.
Wow.
So it was just us revamping and trying to figure out what is Honda Campus All Star Challenge. So our biggest thing was kind of not taking it seriously.
Wow.
It was fun. It was a game to us. And then once we came time to actually compete with actual schools, then it was like a whole different ball game, and we had to tighten up real quick.
Yeah, that's a good answer. That's a great answer. So you were on the team when there was no pandemic, there was no COVID-19. Then we have the freshman sensation, Samaya Levine, that came, and now you're on the team in a pandemic. What was the most challenging thing for you, Samaya, being a team member of the Honda Campus All-Star during this COVID-19 phase?
I think the hardest part is studying for it. It's so random, and it's so many different questions they could ask you that even if you are studying, it could be something that you haven't studied.
Yeah.
And then getting everyone together and on one accord with how we're going to do it, and finding what everyone is best at in each category.
Yeah, it's a great answer. Coach Dr. Richie, from your just bird's eye view, and you're a coach now, and this is your first year, but Honda Campus All-Star Challenge team is something that looks like it's growing and it's evolving, but it's still challenging, right? What were some of the things that you could say that you've seen that, okay, this could be a challenge for us?
Well, as you stated a second ago, we're trying to do this season during the middle of a pandemic, and I'm working remotely. We've had so many other there's been so many other issues, difficulties with the semester beyond this. So trying to organize, practice times or sessions or meetups while everyone else is dealing with all of these different, issues that have propped up that you can't ever really plan for. We're all trying to do our best in the moment. So we've had a kind of unique issue with the team this year, and that's fine. Every other team competing had those same issues. So I'm looking forward to, continuing with the rest of the semester to try to, get some practices in and things. But, next year, being able to get the team together without having to worry about COVID is something that I'm looking forward to. That's been the biggest challenge for me.
Yeah, I love the answer. So anybody can chime in on this one. We don't have to start with Christina, Samaya, or whoever. So here's the thing. I know that as a team, we have to build this camaraderie. We have to build this togetherness and make sure that everyone is on one accord so that we know how to buzz in and all those things. But how important is it to not only study with your team, but how important is it for you to study by yourself? So that when you come to your team, you know the information and you can contribute. So how important is that?
I think it's very important to study by yourself so that you can learn your strong suits and you can kind of lead the team in those different categories versus becoming so dependent on everyone else's strength and what they're going to answer.
That was a great answer. You articulated that very well. That's an A plus.
I don't need an answer. That's,
That was great. I love it.
I would have, my recommendation to Samaya and the other team members is that there are certainly things you can study for. There's things you can prep for, but there's also an element to something like the HCAS team that I would relate to the way I speak to my students with the rest of their studies. Yeah. If you can find ways to overlap your work, if you can find ways to make one class work towards another class, it makes your semester easier. And in that same vein, if you're just constantly acquiring information, if you're constantly remembering things or watching Jeopardy at night or just remembering, the periodic table, or if you have a week going over Shakespeare, you can work on those things.
Yeah, that's a great
answer.
I
think that's one thing about with HCAS, they use so much of things that we do in our actual day-to-day lives, between movies and books, that's kind of the time that I would just binge watch Harry Potter and bust out on those questions. And, those were the moments when that was easier to do by yourself than to do it with the whole group.
Well, Dr. Ritchie, you did a great job. We just directing us to our next question, because I was going to ask what were some of the studying methods or strategies that former teammates or you all are doing, but you guys answered that perfectly. Somebody, do you have any studying strategies or methods that you kind of acquired during the semester?
Yes. I just try to look up stuff. Really stay tuned in current events, because you can guarantee that there's going to be a question about things that's current, presidential candidates and stuff like that.
Yeah. So we have about 2 more questions left, and this has been a great conversation. We really just started off and we skyrocketed really quickly. But Christina, I want to ask you this question because you were here when there was no pandemic. You were competing across campuses, HBCUs, competing everywhere, traveling. What would you say was the most rewarding thing for you?
So there's 2 things, kind of just building that connection with my teammates. When we were practicing, going from campus to campus, doing tournaments, we used to just go to Dr. Hopkins' house because he was the coach at the time, and just eat and chill out and whatnot. And then just be able to enjoy time with other HBCU students when we are either in California for the NCTs or in the local schools for the qualifying tournaments.
Yeah. So building that camaraderie still, going different places, speaking with coaches, getting even more personal with the coaches and everything. I think that's great. Samaya, you've joined the team and COVID-19, dead smack dab in the middle of it. I'm not sure if you can locate some rewarding reasons or some things that have been rewarding to you, but can you? Do you have anything that's been rewarding?
Yes. It's similar to what Christina was saying, or Christine, because even though it's virtual, you still get to connect with other people. Like at the competition, we just talk about random stuff in the chats and stuff like that. So we still it's different, but we still get that connection, and we're connecting. I've met a bit of people on Honda Campus All-Star team. So yeah.
So it's still rewarding despite the pandemic. Still rewarding.
Yes.
Still rewarding. That I need you to hold on to that statement, because we're coming back to one more question after we leave this one. Dr. Ritchie, what would you say from a coach's perspective that you see could be some of the most rewarding things for our students, even in a pandemic, to be a part of this team?
Goodness, I know that you've been there as well to watch this with me. So, just from the first few practices to the actual competition days, I've seen, the abilities of the team to work together, to think these things through, to compete at a level that, you see that growth. I'm not sure sometimes in the moment if the students see that, but I really have seen, you start to see students come alive. You start to see that competition come out. And again, it's something that we're building on every year. So the 2018 team is paving the way for the 2021 team, and we're going to be paving the way for the 2024 team. There's students that haven't even made it to Voorhees yet that don't realize that they're going to be part of this experience. So it's very rewarding on my end.
Wow. I love the answer. Christina and Samaya. My coach told me this when I was in high school when I played football. He said you have to hate to lose more than you love to win. On a scale from 1 to 10, how bad do you hate losing?
A 10.
Okay.
Definitely. Especially the way that our coaches used to react
And
when we
why?
lost.
And why? And why
Um,
is your number a 10?
because it was like there was things when you look back on the game that you realize that there was simple mistakes that could have been fixed, or that things that you realized that you knew when you're recalling it, or you picked the wrong ultimate challenge. Um, and then when you win, it's like a totally different. Like the scales are completely opposite ends of the spectrum, and so it hurts a little bit more,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Samaya?
Lose. I hate to lose on like a 7. I feel like when we lost, I learned a lot about myself and the team. Like first and foremost, I felt like I was more confident with the competition. Even though we lose, I felt like I became more confident in my answers, my responses, more faster than I ever was in practice. And
Mm.
so I just know that with the loss, the next time I'm a little bit more prepared because I already went through it.
Yeah, so let me ask this question because you said you became even faster with your
Hmm.
responses, and that's to Dr. Ritchie's point about seeing students blossom even sometimes more than you all can see it. How did it feel to kind of feel yourself start off answering kind of slow and maybe lack of confidence to like literally answers starting to speed up, starting to become more.
Yeah.
How did it feel personally?
It was frustrating at the beginning because I'm like, I almost felt incompetent, like I didn't know anything,
Mm.
to just having all this new information that I could just share with other people just randomly. And so, yeah, it kind of just feels good.
Yeah, so literally you become a walking encyclopedia almost,
Yeah, yeah.
a walking dictionary. So Dr. Ritchie, even from a coach's perspective, my coach told me in high school, he said that you have to hate to lose more than you love to win. On a
And that
scale from 1 to 10, Coach Ritchie.
I will say that I'm probably an 8 or a 9 on the scale, because with one little caveat that you've got to recognize that there's going to be times when you come up against opponents that are having a better day. As long as you do what you need to do on your end and take care of everything,
Yeah.
that doesn't guarantee you're going to win. It gives you a better chance. So as long as you're putting your best foot forward, as long as you're making an honest effort to study up on some of the material and just, get better about, response time and expanding your horizon of what kind of material can I know, what kind of, could I maybe go through some, Shakespeare or books of the Bible, or memorize a map of the world and capitals. If you're trying to put in that effort to expand on your base, as long as we're out there competing, I'm okay with losing every now and then.
Wow. That was
Hmm.
good. Great learning lesson because you only can control what you can't control, but still learn from your losses.
Right.
I
And
Absolutely.
love it.
I also feel like everyone's competitive side came out way more when we were actually in competition than while
Mm.
we were practicing. Because when you're practicing with friends, and you're kind of goofing off a little bit. But when it was time to compete, like we were on it. We were really trying to win it.
So it sounds like there was a pride that, began to expand and develop, and maybe we took more ownership in our own team, our team members. We kind of take that
Hmm.
more personal, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
And possibly, this is my thought. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but possibly it sounds like if we expand this team, we may even be more competitive than we are right now.
Yes.
Which leads
Yes.
me to my last question. Here's the question that we've been waiting for, right? Would you encourage someone to join this team next semester, and why? Somebody, we're
Yes.
going to start with you.
Yes, I
This
would
is your
encourage
commercial
people
right
to.
now. Wait 1 second. This is your commercial. So as you say this answer, be mindful that you have the listeners watching, and you are selling the Voorhees College Honda Campus All-Star Challenge team. All right, go.
Okay, I definitely think students should do Honda Campus All Star Team because you get to meet a bunch of different people from different HBCUs and just battle it out. And it's just an all in all good experience. You're learning things that you never knew and that you can take in your academics or just, personal knowledge that you can just spread to the world.
And that's coming from freshman Samaya, a part of the Honda Campus All-Star Challenge team. Christina, we're coming to you. You're an alumnus. You've been a part of the team. You know what's required. You know the competition. You are very competitive. You say you're at a 10. Why would you encourage someone to join the Honda Campus Challenge All-Star team next semester, and why?
So, Honda Campus All Star Challenge Team is a great way to meet people. It's a great way to compete and try and challenge yourself to the next level, to be able to learn in a fast paced environment. And then also, you have friends for life. Like, I'm still friends with people I met back in 2018. So, I think everybody should join, even if for 10 seconds or, for the whole 4 years. It's an amazing time.
I love that. Even for 10 seconds or the next 4 years. That was good because I actually saw somebody join and then they left, but still I think they gained something from it. That was good. I like the answer. Dr. Richie, we're coming to you. Would you encourage someone to join this team?
Absolutely. I mean, we know Voorhees is not the biggest college in the world, but
Right.
I would put our students up against any other students in America.
There we go.
This gives you an opportunity to put the knowledge that you're gaining here, the skills that you're picking up as a student. It allows you to put these into competition, to put this towards, making yourself proud, making Voorhees proud, meeting people on the team, meeting people during the competitions. I mean, and I think it's a fantastic opportunity. I would encourage as many people as possible to come out for it, to try out for it, to, take our quizzes to see how it goes and see if you enjoy it.
Here's the thing, listeners, if you're watching this right now or you're watching later, we have just been informed why you, whoever you are, you should join the Honda Campus Challenge All-Star team. You've heard it from Samaya, you've heard it from Christina, you've heard it from Dr. Richie. You're going to gain so much stuff that's probably, Samaya, it sounds like you have something else.
Yes,
I'm not going
to. I did.
I'm out of your way.
Because I know that it's kind of scary to some students, because I know when I first heard of it, I was like, I'm not going to do it. It's not something I would be interested in. And it definitely take you out of your element. But I think it's important as college students to participate in things that kind of take you out your comfort zone and kind of push you to different experiences. And I don't think that you should keep yourself from experiencing new experiences. So I definitely think that's also a really good reason why you should join Honda Campus All-Star team.
Yes. Great answer. Anybody else want to have anything else to say? Because this is so good. I see we went over our time, but hey, it's okay. We're trying to make sure that somebody knows about the Honda Campus Challenge All-Star team at Voorhees and how great it is, and you should actually join. Dr. Richie, Christina, you guys have anything else you would like to say?
I would say, us going over the time allotted for this probably shows that we're excited about this, that we enjoy this. We enjoy talking about it. We will, preach it from the mountaintops that you need to come out for this and try out for this, because we're having fun with it, and we want you to come have fun with us.
I agree. Well, I think we have another guest. Mr. Wright, can you hear us, sir?
I can hear you quite well. Can you hear me?
Yes. Do you have anything you would like to say to the listeners here?
Oh my God.
We're excited. Everyone is eager. I think we went over our time, but it's great.
I am so excited, and thank you so much, Mr. Dew, for the opportunity to share the great things that are happening at Voorhees College with our students. I am so proud of Christina, and she knows I am. She knows that I am. And Samaya, you are awesome. A freshman student that came by the office one day and said, Mr. Wright, I want to get involved. And I said, okay, you are now involved with the Honda Campus All-Star Challenge. This is awesome. And what we're doing, and thank you so much, Dr. Richie, Dr. McCormick, and the other players who I was looking for on this call, but I have not seen them. But I will give them a personal call later. But please note that on this Monday at 3 p.m., we will, and I sent the information out to the students. We are having an interest meeting, and we're having a practice session to show the students exactly how Honda Campus All-Star Challenge works. We are definitely inviting those new inductees that were just inducted on yesterday to the W. Franklin Evans Honors College. Ms. Counts is working diligently with us to get those students involved. And again, this is my third year working with the team, going to my fourth year working with the team as the campus coordinator, and I love it. And thank you, Dr. Hopkins, for all you do. And I know this is your pet peeve, and we're going to make Voorhees College and make you proud of us because we're going to have that winning team. And I'll say it again, that winning team in 2021, 2022. Thank you so much, Mr. Dew, for all you do, and welcome aboard as one of our assistant coaches.
Yes, sir. Well, as you welcome me, I want to welcome you to the Good Trouble podcast as well, Mr. Wright. Welcome all of you for your first time. But hey, listeners, you guys have been with us. You guys are going to go back and watch. Honors College students at Voorhees College, please, we need for you to be a part of this program because there's some competition that we're getting prepared for. And we think we can get prepared for it even more when you join. As you heard Samaya say, when the game starts, she said, hey, we took ownership a little bit more of our team, of our comrades, right? Our partners, our teammates. We said, hey, we have to take this a little bit more seriously. And so we are excited. We have the team here. We have coaches here. If you want to go back and listen, this will be available. Thank you all for coming and being a part of the podcast. I think this team and these coaches have gotten into some good trouble. Like John Lewis said. John Lewis said it best. He said, if you can get in any trouble, make sure there's good trouble and necessary trouble. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.
Thank you.